Have you ever been offered easy money? Money that could solve your problems right now, but deep down you knew taking it would cost you something invaluable. A quick profit today, or a reputation that lasts forever. I know a man who stared at a fortune and walked away. This is why your integrity is your highest paying asset. In a quiet, dimly lit boutique in Manhattan lived a man named Elias. Elias didn't work on Wall Street. He didn't trade stocks. He was a master watchmaker, a restorer of lost time. Every morning, he unlocked a shop that smelled of old oil and brass. He sat at his wooden bench, adjusting gears no larger than a grain of sand. To the people walking past, Elias was just a mechanic. But in reality, he was a guardian of legacies. He saw what others ignored. He saw how a cheap, mass-produced watch would rust and be forgotten in months. He saw how a masterpiece, crafted with patience, could outlive its creator by centuries. Elias believed in doing things right. But there was one problem. Money was tight. Manhattan rent was unforgiving. His hands were steady, but each night as he counted the day's earnings, he worried. He was barely surviving on his integrity. He began to wonder, was honesty a business strategy or a luxury he couldn't afford? One Tuesday morning, the bell above his door chimed. A man in a bespoke suit walked in, radiating impatience. He was an investment banker, holding a rare 1950s Patek Philippe chronograph. "I'm putting this in a high-end auction Saturday," he said. "It stopped ticking yesterday. I need it running." Elias opened the gold casing. His heart sank. The movement was shattered, the mainspring broken. This wasn't a quick fix. To do it right, respecting its history, it required 3 months. Elias looked up. "Sir, I need to be honest. This needs major work." The banker's face tightened. "I can't wait 3 months. I just need it ticking for the auction. Can you patch it up? Make it run temporarily?" He pulled out a checkbook. "I'll pay you $50,000, cash, today." Elias felt his pulse in his throat. $50,000. That would solve his immediate crisis. He could pay his lease for 2 years. Technically, he could do it. Bypass the broken gears, use temporary glue, rig the mechanics. It would tick just long enough to be sold. Nobody would know. Elias looked at the $50,000, then the watch, then his own hands. He did the math. $50,000 today. But what happens in 3 weeks when the watch stops on the new owner's wrist? "I can't do it, sir," Elias said quietly. The banker scoffed. "I'm offering you a fortune for 2 days of work. I appreciate the offer, but I can't sell a patch job knowing it will fail. That's not who I am." The banker snatched the watch. "You're a fool. No wonder your shop is empty." The door slammed shut. Elias stood alone among his ticking clocks. His hands were shaking. He had turned down more money than he'd made all year. For what? For a reputation that wasn't paying his bills? That night, he stared at the ceiling, wondering if he'd made the biggest mistake of his life. The next morning, an old mentor visited. Seeing Elias exhausted, he asked what was wrong. Elias told him everything: the rare watch, the $50,000, his refusal. The old man was silent for a moment. Then he pulled a worn silver coin from his pocket. "This is what most people think business is about," he said. Money today, quick profit. He raised his other empty hand. But what you can't see is reputation. And reputation compounds. He looked Elias in the eye. When you do honest work, you deposit into a bank you can't see. He wrote 3 rules on a scrap of paper. Rule 1. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Rule 2. Short-term sacrifice for long-term trust is always the right trade. Rule 3. Those who value integrity will stay. Those who don't were never meant for your journey. Building reputation is slow, he whispered. Destroying it is instant. You can spend years building it and lose it in one dishonest decision. 3 months passed. Elias was still struggling, but he slept with a clear conscience. One rainy afternoon, a black town car pulled up. A man stepped out. Not the banker, an older gentleman, an elite art collector. In his hand was the same 1950s Patek Philippe. "I bought this at auction 12 weeks ago," he said quietly. "It failed 2 weeks later." He placed it on the bench. "I hired investigators. They traced the botched repair to a shop across town. That shop is now blacklisted from every auction house in the country." He looked at Elias. "But during the investigation, I learned the banker brought it to you first, and you turned down $50,000. Elias nodded. The collector smiled slowly. "I own one of the largest vintage timepiece collections in the world. I don't need a mechanic who wants my money today. I need a guardian I can trust for the next decade." Over the next 6 months, Elias's shop transformed. The collector told every wealthy enthusiast he knew. Soon, Elias had a waiting list a year long. His revenue didn't just double, it multiplied. Because dishonesty spreads fast. But trust is rare. There are 2 types of people in this world: those who chase quick transactions and those who build lasting relationships. The first sprints ahead short term, the second wins the marathon. The universe may not reward integrity on your timeline, but it always rewards it. That $50,000 rejection became the foundation of a multi-million-dollar legacy. Tonight, look at the invisible ledger of your life. Every promise you keep is a masterfully crafted gear. Every shortcut is a grain of sand inside the movement. You can rebuild a broken business. You can earn back a lost fortune. But a ruined name? That is time you can never rewind. The clock is ticking on the legacy you leave behind. If Elias's story resonated with you, if you believe true wealth is found in trust, leave a mark before you go. Hit the like button, not just to support the channel, but as a promise to yourself. Choose the hard right over the easy wrong. And comment below. Have you ever walked away from a quick win to protect your peace? This is Tales of Life and Wisdom. Let's walk this path home together.